We are Jerry and Denise Dillon, co-founders of Dillon International, and we are so honored to present the Jerry and Denise Dillon Humanitarian Aid Award to Dr. Jin Sook, our special friend in Seoul, Korea, who we met in the early days of founding of the adoption program in South Korea. She was a newlywed, or they hadn't been married very long. They were starting to have their family, of course, by then. And we met her and her wonderful husband, and in the home of Dr. and Mrs. Kim, and became immediate friends, because even back then, before she was or hardly introduced into the whole work, she already had a heart for the children that needed special attention, and for the unwed mothers that needed a place to go. And we are so thrilled that her dream was the same as her father's, and that she carried forth his wonderful history of what he wanted to happen with Eastern Social Welfare Services, and which became Eastern Children and Family Services, if I'm remembering it correct. So we have great memories of Dr. Kim's work as a young woman, a young wife, a young mother, already dedicating her focus and her time on this great venture with us through Eastern.
Well, when you talk about her, it's been special to me being a father with a daughter, and as I observed her relationship with her incredible father, I know that it was her heavenly Father through her father's heart that really inspired her, as he was inspired, as she watched her daddy day in and day out, year in and year out, with a heart full of compassion. It was a very natural, progressive stage of seeing her perform, not only from a godly heart, but also for a very professional, astute lady, a godly lady that is so evident in the world which we live today. I'm very proud of my dear wife, and of now 55 years. So the majority of our whole life has been in a relationship with her and her dad and her family, her brothers, her mother and father, her children. So the world which we live in today, there's not many people that could be so blessed as Denise and I to honor you today, this year, in the life of Dillon International. If it wasn't for your father and his commitment to Christ and commitment to the children, we wouldn't even be in existence. So it's because of that we are together with you, celebrating the incredible life that you and your husband and family have had together with us.
Yes, thank you, Kim Hok-ju, for being a part of supporting the wonderful work of Eastern, and certainly continuing to encourage Jin Sook and her work. We are so thankful that she had you in her life to do that.
Well, I'll never forget the 30th year of celebration of the agency. We witnessed the highest levels of the government showing up at that big celebration. And we had the privilege of bringing our first adoptee with us, and she was honored, and we experienced the incredible trust that the government has shown to you and your program throughout all these years. There's a lot of political things that go on every year, but there's been no one like your family has had the respect and dignity of all the political leaders, presidents, etc. of your country.
There's no way that we could even begin to describe the preparation of foster families, having workshops and training and wonderful support and supervision of foster families, and then starting the home for unwed mothers. I think there were 8 or 9 across Korea, and rescued those mothers and gave them a chance to make a decision about whether they're going to keep their child or make an adoption plan. And I think history would show that about 50% of the unwed mothers made a decision to keep their children, and we were glad for that because you trained them, you gave them an education, you helped them find a job. They started beauty salons and coffee shops and so many ways that they could support their child and have a respectful job and future. And we love that kind of support. The creativity that came forth was amazing during your time of being the director, and we love you for that.
You know, as a social worker, I have a strong bias because having been the first president of the American Association of State Social Work Boards, as we look to Korea and your pursuit of getting your degrees in the field of social work, while social work is certainly the heartbeat of this whole program, it's your astute business acumen that has also been very involved.
And we are so thankful for your continued strong support, for you taking on a tremendous responsibility when you could be maybe just on vacation on a beach somewhere and enjoying life. You have continued to serve children and families and promote adoption, domestic adoption in South Korea, which is so very needed. And we are so grateful for the successful placements that have been made, domestic adoptions and international adoptions. Congratulations, Dr. Kim Jin Sook. We love you.
And I do too.